integrated service digital network is mainly based on circuit switched telephone network system. The first generation of integrated service digital network is called narrow band. The ISDN is mainly designed for digital transmission of data. By using ISDN, it's possible to make a voice call and face smile and the video text. Hello to all, a warm welcome to my new session. I am Revati, faculty, Department of Computer Science, Vidhyaashram, First Grade College, Mysuru. We are on the 4th unit of Data Communication and Computer Network, and the unit name is Integrated Service Digital Network. In my today's session, I am going to discuss what is ISDN and the features of ISDN. Before going to start my session, let me to recall the things what I discussed in my last session. In my last session, I discussed X.21 and RS232C standards, and it is mainly used for packet switching. So, in my today's session, I'm going to deal with ISDN. Moving further, let's see what is ISDN. So here it is a public digital network and it is mainly used to provide the services like data, voice. I repeat, it is a public digital network and it is mainly used to provide the services like video, data, voice, etc. So here the ISDN stands for Integrated Service Digital Network, is mainly based on circuit switched telephone network system. I repeat, the ISDN is mainly based on the circuit switched telephone network system, so that is used to transmit both data and voice. That means, suppose if you want to transmit data or voice message, then you can able to use ISDN. So it is a set of communication standard. That means the ISDN provides the set of communication standard for transmitting data, voice and signaling. So here the digital lines could be copper line. So here mainly we are going to use to transmit data and voice over the digital line. So whatever the digital line we are going to use for transferring the data, that is made by using copper lines, and it was designed to replace outdated landline technology to digital. That means whatever the landline telephone connection we are going to have, that is replaced by using ISDN. So here the ISDN is mainly used to provide digital communication. So it provides better speed and higher quality than traditional connection. That means here the ISDN provides better data transfer rate. That means whatever the data transfer rate we are going to have, that is high compared to landline technology, and it's going to give higher quality than traditional connection. Here traditional connection is nothing but your landline technology. So here the integrated service digital network is a telephone system, or it is a circuit switched telephone system network. So here it provides wide area network. That means by using ISDN we can able to provide wide area network across the world. So it is widely available. So in the wide area network, the main application here is internet. So the internet connection can be achieved by using ISDN. So here the ISDN is mainly used for WAN connection. At the same time, it is widely available. So the key feature of ISDN is that it integrates speech and data. So here speech means what? It is voice. That means here in ISDN, we are going to integrate voice as well as data, and that is transmitted by using same line. So it is designed to provide digital transmission of voice data over ordinary telephone copper wires. That means here the ISDN is mainly used to provide the digital transmission of data. That means here data may be a data or it may include voice over the ordinary telephone copper line. So here the ISDN provides two type of connection. One is circuit switched connection and another one is packet switched connection. Suppose if it is for circuit switched connection, then it uses data and voice. That means data and voice are transmitted by using circuit switched connection, whereas the data is transmitted by using packet switched connection. So here an integrated digital network, that is ISDN, is a network which is capable to transfer the data in digital form. So here the ISDN is mainly used to transmit the data or voice in the form of digital signal by using digital switching connection. So here an ISDN is a network in general involving from telephony ISDN, which provides end-to-end communication. That means in ISDN, it is possible to provide a point-to-point or end-to-end connection between the devices. So it provides broad range of services such as voice and non-voice services. That means by using ISDN, it is possible to provide end-to-end communication between two devices, and that is in the range of voice and non-voice service. The ISDN connection for providing better speed and higher quality than traditional connection. That means here the integrated service digital network provides higher data transfer rate as well as higher service or better service compared to traditional connection. So the first generation of ISDN is called narrowband. I repeat, the first generation of integrated service digital network is called narrowband ISDN. It is mainly based on 64 kilobytes. That means the first generation of ISDN is capable to transmit the data at the rate of 64 kilobytes per second channel, and it is the basic unit of switching, and also it is circuit switching orientation. That means whatever the data we are going to transfer, that is in the range of 64 kilobytes per second, and it is mainly based on the circuit switching. So here the main device in the narrow band is the frame relay. That means whatever the device we are going to use in narrow band, it is shortly written as NISDN, is based on the frame relay. So the narrow band integrated service digital network is called NINDN. So here the narrow integrated service digital network is also called ISDN, and it is mainly used to implement to carry the data. So here it uses very less bandwidth and limited number of frequency. That means here the narrow integrated service digital network is mainly designed for to carry data, and it provides very lesser bandwidth and the limited number of frequency. So here the second generation of ISDN is referred as broadband ISDN. So it is also called BISDN. I repeat, in the first generation we are going to have narrow ISDN, that is narrow band ISDN, whereas in the second generation of ISDN we are going to have broadband ISDN. So here the broadband integrated service digital network is also called BISDN. So in this BISDN is integrates the digital networking service and provides digital transmission. That means in BISDN it includes digital networking and it is mainly used to provide digital transmission of data or signals over the ordinary telephone wires. So here the baseband ISDN connection is established by using fiber optical cable. So here we are going to use fiber optical cable. So the data transfer rate in fiber optical cable is very high and it uses packet switching orientation. That means here the baseband ISDN is mainly based on packet switching and it is going to use fiber optic cable to establish the connection. So in ISDN, it is a standard for integrated service digital network and it is designed for complete digital telephone or telecommunication network. I repeat here, the ISDN is mainly designed for digital transmission of data and it is especially designed for digital telephone, or it is mainly designed for telecommunication network, and it is also designed to carry voice, data, image, video and audio files. So it is also designed to provide signal interface. So here the ISDN is responsible for carrying data, audio, video or image across the network, and it is also designed to provide the signal interface. So these are the some of the example for signal interface, that is hooking up your phone, your fax machine, your computer, then your video phone, your video on demand system and your microwave. So these are the examples for signal interface. So that means here the ISDN is mainly used to transfer the data. At the same time, it is used to provide the signal interface. So some of the example here means hooking up your phone, fax machine, computer, video phone, then video on demand and microwaves. These are the some of the example for single interface for ISDN. Moving further, we are going to have different types of channels comes under ISDN. So these are the some of the example channels for ISDN. So in that first one, we are going to have channel A. It is mainly used an analog channel. That means it is mainly used to provide analog signals, and the channel is capable to transmit the data at the rate 4 kilohertz. So it is 4 kilohertz. Why it is kilohertz? Because it provides analog signal. Whatever the transmission is going to take place, that is in the form of analogs. So analog signals are measured in terms of hertz. So it is 4 kilohertz. And whereas in B channel, it is a 64 kilobits per second digital channel that intended for the transfer of user information. So here, just remember that the channel A is mainly used to provide analog communication, whereas the channel B is mainly used to provide digital channel, that is digital communication, and the data transfer rate here is 64 kilobits per second. Whereas once again the channel C is used for digital channel and the data rate here is 8 or 16 kilobits per second. The channel D, it's also used for digital channeling and the data transfer rate here is 16 or 64 kilobits per second. Moving further, we are going to have channel E. So it is also mainly used for digital communication and the data transfer rate here it is 64 kilobits per second, and it is used as internal ISDN signal, whereas channel H is also mainly used for digital channel and it is capable to provide the data transfer rate at 384 or 1536 or 1920 kilobits per second, and that provides the user with an information transfer capability. So here we are going to have two types of access which is provided by the ISDN, that is basic access and primary access. So basic access means what? What are the basic necessity we require to access, that is basic access, whereas the primarily it is used to access all the data and information or audio or video. So here the ISDN provides two type of access, that is basic access and primary access. Moving further, let's see the features of ISDN, that is Integrated Service Digital Network. So ISDN offers point-to-point delivery, that is end-to-end delivery. So here network access and network interconnection for multimedia. That means the ISDN supports network access as well as network interface for multimedia, and it is responsible for different data rate from 64 kilobits per second up to 2 megabits per second. That means the data transfer rate provided by the ISDN here is 64 kilobits per second to 2 megabits per second, and it is commercially available and which can meet any needs of transferring multimedia. So multimedia, example for multimedia, that is video or audio files are the example for multimedia. Then call setup times are under 1 second. That means in ISDN, the call setup time is under 1 second. So here the ISDN can dramatically speed up transfer of information over internet over remote LAN connection. That means to establish the connection or setup, we required only 1 second in ISDN. So here the ISDN is mainly used to transfer the data across or over remote LAN connection. Moving further, the ISDN supports a variety of services. That means what are the different services are provided by the ISDN. Here in that first one, voice call. That means by using ISDN, it is possible to make a voice call, and face mail and the video text, teletext, electronic mail, database access, and data transmission and voice connection to internet, electronic fund transfer, then image and graphic exchange, then we are going to have document storage and transfer, video and audio conferencing, automatic alarm service to fire station, police station, medical, etc. So these are the some of the variety of features are provided by the ISDN. So ISDN allows the user to make a voice call. So ISDN allows the user to make a video text. The ISDN allows the user to make a teletext. The ISDN also support the user to send or receive emails. The ISDN allows the user to access the database which is stored remotely. So the ISDN also supports the user to transfer the data as well as voice. And the ISDN also supports the user to establish a internet connection. So here the ISDN allows the user to transfer their fund through electronic fund transfer. Here the ISDN allows the user to transfer the image or graphic exchange. At the same time, it allows the user to store their document and transfer the data, whereas the ISDN allows the user to send audio or video conferencing. That means the ISDN supports the user to do video conferencing as well as audio conferencing, and it is also allows the user to set the alarm for the services like fire station or police station or medical. So these are the some of the very important service provided by the ISDN. Moving further, let's see the advantages of ISDN. What is the first advantage? It is a worldwide standard used for data transfer or data communication. So here the ISDN offers symmetrical transfer rate. That is, the transfer rate is same as receiving rate. That means the sender data transfer rate and the receiver data transfer rate is same. And it also consists of transfer rate. That means constant transfer rate. So here we are going to have 64 kilobits per second barrier channels. Then it is the speed that you can transfer it. That means whatever the data you are going to transfer, then it is possible to transfer the data rate at 64 kilobits per second. And it is a competitive price compared to the other technology. That means here the ISDN provides the competitive price which is compared to very less in other technologies. So these are the some of the advantages of ISDN. Then moving further, we are going to have certain disadvantage. So what is the disadvantage here? External power supply is required. Suppose if you want to use ISDN, then you want to provide external power supply. Then what is the another disadvantage? The telecommunication does not supply power for ISDN lines. Suppose if you want to use internet in your home, then you require ISDN line. So it is provided by the telephone company. So here the telecommunication does not supply power for ISDN line. And if the power fails, then mobile phone won't work. I repeat, suppose if the power get failed, then the mobile phone won't work. Suppose if you want to use ISDN, then we required unique digital telephones. And the another disadvantage here is if the ISDN fails, then the phone fails. That means if there is any failure in ISDN, then it is going to reflect in your mobile or phone. So here your mobile or phone also get failed. So these are the some of the disadvantages of ISDN. Moving further, in my next session, I'm going to discuss D channel and B channel of ISDN. So dear student, in today's session, we discussed what is ISDN, and along with that, we discussed some of the channels of ISDN and the features of ISDN, and what's the advantages of ISDN and what is the disadvantages of ISDN. From the examination point of view, this is very important topic. So dear student, thank you for watching my session. Let's meet in the next session. Until then, take care. Thank you.